What if I told you that the distance between the version of you who blends into the background and the version of you who walks into a room and owns it isn't years apart, isn't months apart? It's 48 hours apart. 2 days, that's all. Not a lifetime, not a long, winding journey. 2 days. Most people never make that leap. Not because they're not smart enough. It's not because they don't have talent. Not because they're unlucky. They don't make the leap because they wait. They hesitate. They pause in that danger space between I want to and I will. And hesitation is the quiet, invisible assassin of confidence. Think about it. How many moments in your life died inside that pause? The time you almost spoke up in a meeting. The time you almost told someone how you really felt. The time you almost sent that application. The time you almost said yes to an opportunity. You thought about it. You felt the spark, but you told yourself, I'll do it later and later. Never came. Those moments are gone. And with them, a little piece of your belief in yourself vanished too. There's a way to end this cycle forever. It's called the 48-hour rule. It's painfully simple and unbelievably powerful. Here it is. Whenever you feel the pull to do something that matters, something that would challenge you, stretch you, scare you just a little, you have 48 hours to act, not 49, not this weekend, not when things calm down. 48 hours, because psychologists have discovered something remarkable about human motivation. When you get that initial spark of courage, that burst of boldness, your brain enters a rare chemical state. Dopamine, norepinephrine, tiny jolts of adrenaline. It's nature's way of saying, do it now. But that state doesn't last. If you don't act within 2 days, the chemistry fades. And fear creeps back in, stronger, smarter, sharper than before. Up, your mind starts building walls, perfectly logical sounding excuses. Tiny delays that feel harmless. We'll start next week. I'll send it when I'm ready. I just need to prepare more. But the truth, the longer you wait, the harder it gets. Every hour after the 48-hour mark, the walls grow taller, thicker, colder, until the thing that once lit a fire in you feels distant and impossible. This isn't modern self-help fluff. Centuries ago, the samurai Yamamoto Tsunetomo wrote, if you determine to do something, you must act immediately. Hesitation is the seed of defeat. For him, hesitation meant the difference between life and death. For us, it means the difference between a life fully lived, and a life half lived. Every time you delay, you teach yourself that fear is in charge. Every time you act quickly, you teach yourself that you are in charge. That lesson compounds. It changes the way you see yourself. It changes the way others see you. It changes the way life responds to you. I've seen this rule transform people completely. I once knew a woman named Maya. She saw a dream job posting. Her heart raced. She could already picture herself in the role. But she thought, I'll take the weekend to perfect my resume. I'll make sure it's flawless. 4 days later, she checked again. The listing was gone. Not because she wasn't qualified. Not because she couldn't win the role. Because she didn't move fast enough. Then there's Daniel. He saw a similar posting. But instead of overthinking, he applied that same night. His cover letter was messy. His formatting was off. But he pressed send anyway. He didn't just get an interview. He got the job. What's the difference? Action beats perfection. Every single time. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Your brain has number one job, ISNT, to make you successful, is to keep you safe. And safe often means familiar, comfortable, predictable. When you first feel the spark to act, your brain immediately begins whispering, what if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not ready? These whispers grow louder with every passing hour. But if you move in the first 48, if you pass through before the whispers turn into screams, And here's where real confidence is born. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confidence is acting while fear is still in the room. It's every time you follow the 48-hour rule. You're not just completing a task, you're sending a signal to yourself. I am someone who acts. I am someone who moves. I am someone who keeps my word to myself. And that identity shift is more valuable than any single win. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen the first time you truly follow the 48-hour rule. You'll feel that spark, the pull to do something you've been avoiding, and a thought will hit you almost instantly. What if I try and fail? And I'll tell you, good, fail fast, fail often, because confidence is not the absence of failure. It's the mastery of moving forward despite failure. You see, most people think confidence comes from a perfect streak of victories, from never stumbling, never falling, never looking foolish. But that's a lie. Real confidence is built in the moments when your heart is pounding, your hands are shaking, and you still take the step. It's built in the moments when you trip over your words, when you launch the project and nobody notices, when you take the shot and miss, and instead of hiding, you show up again. Confidence is knowing deep down in your bones that you can stumble, that you can fall, that you can embarrass yourself and still get back up. Every time you act within those 48 hours, even if the outcome isn't what you wanted, you're planting a seed that says, I am the kind of person who moves. I am the kind of person who acts. And here's the twist. With every action, you're building a quiet, unshakable belief that no matter what happens, you can handle it. Because that's the real gift of the 48-hour rule. Not that it guarantees success, but that it guarantees growth. And growth, over time, makes you unstoppable. There's an old Persian story. A young messenger was sent to deliver urgent news to the king. As he approached the palace gates, he froze. He imagined every way the king might react, every way this could go wrong. Hours passed. The sun began to set. An older messenger found him and said, if you knock within 2 days, you are a man. On the 3rd day, you are a coward. The young man knocked. The king didn't punish him. In fact, he rewarded him, not for the message, but for the courage. We like to believe that waiting makes us stronger, but taking more time makes us more prepared. But in truth, waiting weakens us. It drains the momentum from that first spark of courage. And once that spark dies, it's almost impossible to bring it back. So here's my challenge to you. Right now, think of one thing you've been avoiding, one conversation you've been afraid to have, one project you've been putting off, one risk you've been talking yourself out of. See it in your mind. Feel the discomfort now. Act. Not next month, not next week, not when you feel ready, then the next 48 hours. Because after that, the window will close. Hey, your next chapter doesn't start someday. It starts the moment you choose to act, and you've got 48 hours to prove to yourself that you're ready. This message lit something inside you. There's another truth you need to hear. A truth about power, a truth about presence, a truth about walking into any room and commanding it without saying a single word. Watch it now, and don't wait, because you already know what happens when you do.